What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe uh, as you come in and check out the content. With that being said, man, I want to react to a video that was made by the basketball show, right? Shout out to the basketball show. And so he's speaking on ESPN's ranking of the 76ers specifically set up the narrative for LeBron James, right? And so I want to react to that video because I think that no matter like ESPN basically, in my opinion, is playing with house money, right? And so what I mean by that is no matter what narrative they put out about LeBron James is going to feed the algorithm. And so if they say that LeBron James is their team, like they're saying here, their team is not expected to do well, and people say, well, ESPN is purposely saying that so when they do good, then they can say, well, LeBron James was an underdog. Or some people might say, well, they're saying that so when LeBron James failed, then you kind of letting the fans down easy. So like I said, either way they winning, right? So with that being said, let me play the audio from the basketball show so I can come back and give some of my input.
Well, normally, as history tells us, when you have an NBA team with top three, with three of the top 10 NBA scorers on it, plus you'd add LeBron James in there. Um, Tell me which time ESPN wouldn't rank that team as the best in the Eastern Conference, if not the best in the NBA. They're not doing that right now with the 76ers, and yet the 76ers have three of the top 10 NBA scorers on their squad, plus LeBron James. Why that's not happening? I kind of have an idea, but let me just present to you an article that's been posted on Yahoo Sports. And the title of that article is this: 76ers led by LeBron James and Jalen Brown have big NBA championship roadblock, ESPN says. It says 76ers led by LeBron James have big NBA championship roadblock. And it originally appeared on the Sporting News. Teams that win the Larry O'Brien trophy shouldn't just be good on paper. They need on court chemistry to be truly daunting. The Philadelphia 76ers might bear the same problem. Sure, LeBron James, Jalen Brown are big time additions to a squad that already has Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Joel Embiid. However, they might not be up to par with other teams just yet. Just ask ESPN and their summer forecast. Now, ESPN.
All right. So before he go into any further, right, let me just say this, right? But because some of what some of what people think as far as like the NBA, you got to be able to come up with your own decisions or your own perspective. So if you look at LeBron James, like in the past, his first year after going to a team, he never won it. Like when he went to Miami the first year, they didn't win a championship. Um, it took him 2 years, right? When he went to Cleveland, same way. Like that first year back in Cleveland, he didn't win a championship. His first year with the Lakers, he didn't win a championship, right? So could it be ESPN, trying to let the fans down easy, or is it ESPN trying to set it up so LeBron James, look like the hero? So they maybe have it rigged, and scripted, and so LeBron James could look like the hero. If you go, if you go to like the historical route, and you look at what has happened to LeBron James historically, I would say that you would probably have to say that LeBron James is not going to win it his first year, right? And so, no matter what happens, though, I think, like I said, with ESPN, I think ESPN is basically playing with house money because it still gets people talking about it, right? And so, let me hear some more what he had to say.
projects major uh, James Brown and 76ers NBA championship roadblock. And it says The 76ers are surprisingly not projected by the top to be the top team in the Eastern Conference in ESPN's summer forecast. They are far from it. In fact, despite having LeBron James and Jalen Brown on the squad, the 76ers aren't even ranked in the top three. The projection for the Eastern Conference standings is like this: New York Knicks projected to be first, Detroit Pistons second, Cleveland Cavaliers third, and then you got the Philadelphia 76ers with the possible record for the season of 50 and 32. Typically, people expect the 76ers to be at the top of the Eastern Conference ladder alongside the Knicks. Some may even say that they deserve the top spot, given how loaded they are in each position. Their backcourt has Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, their forwards are James and Brown, and the man holding it all in the middle is Joel Embiid, who is just 3 years removed from his NBA campaign, which I think they're referring to his MVP. However, two externalities worry ESPN pundits. When it comes to the 76ers, it all comes down to the players' health and how they mesh on the court. Every team's dealing with the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So, I mean, I really don't think that. I think ESPN have them ranked uh accurately, right? Because, like I said, LeBron James typically has never really won his first year. When he went to a team, this will be the first, and for this to be his first time doing that, that means that Jalen Brown is going to have to ball out. Maxey is going to have to elevate his game and ball out. Um, Edgecombe, all those guys going to have to maximize their games and really ball out, right? And they're going to have to develop chemistry right away against teams that already, the Knicks have chemistry. Uh, Detroit has, those guys have been together. Let me see. Boston, I think is better than them because they have more guys on their team that have been together. I know Paul George is new there, right? But they basically, that's one piece, one new piece. Whereas though the Knicks, I mean, where Philly have a couple new pieces. They got LeBron, um, they got the guy Jalen Brown. Like they have more question marks in Philly than any of the other teams in the East.
Every single team. Now, there's a quote in that article. They're quoting, and they're saying Philadelphia, after trading for Jalen Brown and signing LeBron James, enjoyed the greatest infusion of talent the conference has seen since James left Miami for the second stint with Cleveland over a decade ago. Health and cohesion will be among Philly's biggest concerns, but the 76ers have by far the biggest upside of any team in the East, they wrote from ESPN. Now, my idea on why they're rating the 76ers as the fourth possible best team in the East is this. We all know by now, and it's been wildly reported, that ESPN will have the rights to make LeBron James's documentary. ESPN is an entertainment company first, not a news company, not a sports news company. It's an entertainment company. It's been said by people that work there. The E stands for entertainment in ESPN, and it's an entertainment company first. What they are doing, because they're getting the rights to this documentary, is they're creating a narrative. The narrative has to be that the LeBron James team wasn't even projected to be in the top three. The narrative has to be that LeBron James' team wasn't projected to win the title. They were projected to struggle. They were not projected to be anywhere near winning a championship. That's by ESPN.
All right, so let me just say this real quick, right? I just think that no matter what happens with LeBron James and this and his documentary, I don't think that ESPN is really going to put themselves in a position where as though like LeBron James, like they have to have a certain outcome, because LeBron James is just so polarizing as a player. You don't know like how the public is going to respond. Like if that's really going to be something that the public really going to buy into. right? And so for them to invest into shaping a narrative, like I think they would have to think that like there's gonna be a demand. Like the public really want to see LeBron James pull this off, against all odds. And this is what going to sell. I think they're going to put themselves in a position where no matter what happened with LeBron James and his team, that they're going to win. And so I don't, I'm not really buying into, and I'm not even of ESPN fan or nothing like that. I just think that no matter they put themselves in a position where they are the house, and no matter what happens with LeBron James and the 76ers, they're going to win. And they're not going to gamble like that, in my opinion. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like, subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, man, I'm gonna check y'all out in the next video. Peace.